My beautiful friends, I'm Shannon. This is Lifestyle Manifesting. On my channel, I discuss manifesting as a lifestyle. Every area of your life, you are the designer, the architect, the creator of your life, and I am a powerful manifester that can help you align to the vision and the reality that you want. You are a powerful manifester. Today, I want to talk about revision, and I'm going to read to you chapter 4 from Awakened Imagination and the Search. This is Neville Goddard, Awakened Imagination and the Search. Chapter 4, this is called The Pruning Shears of Revision. It is a most healthy and productive exercise to daily relive the day as you wish you had lived it. Let me repeat that. It is a most healthy and productive exercise to daily relive the day as you wish you had lived it, revising the scenes to make them conform to your ideals. For instance, suppose today's mail brought disappointing news. Revise the letter. Mentally rewrite it and make it conform to the news you wish you had received. Then, in imagination, read the revised letter over and over again. This is the essence of revision, and revision results in repeal. The one requisite is to arouse your attention in a way and to such intensity that you become wholly absorbed in the revised action. You will experience an expansion and refinement of the senses by this imaginative exercise and eventually achieve vision. But always remember that the ultimate purpose of this exercise is to create in you the Spirit of Jesus, which is continual forgiveness of sins. Revision is of greatest importance when the motive is to change oneself, when there is a sincere desire to be something different, when longing is to awaken the ideal active spirit or forgiveness. Without imagination, man remains a being of sin. Remember, sin means to miss the mark. Miss the mark means you don't have your desire, right? Man remains a being of sin. Man remains not having his desire. Okay, you're missing the mark, you don't have your desire. Without imagination, because imagination creates, right? Neville goes on to say, man remains a being of sin, not having the materialized manifestation. Man either goes forward to imagination or remains imprisoned in his senses. To go forward to imagination is to forgive. Forgiveness is the life of the imagination. The art of living is the art of forgiving. Forgiveness is, in fact, experiencing in imagination the revised vision of the day. Experiencing in imagination what you wish you had experienced in the flesh. Every time one really forgives, that is, every time one relives the event as it should have been lived, one is born again. Forgiveness means holding to the vision. Father, forgive them is not a plea that comes once a year, but the opportunity that comes every day. The idea of forgiving is a daily possibility, and if it is done sincerely, it will lift man to a higher and higher level of being. He will experience a daily Easter. Easter is the idea of rising transformed. You're transforming into that new identity, that new version of you. That's the resurrection. That's Easter, right? And that should be almost a continuous process. Freedom and forgiveness are indissoluble, and they are indissolubly linked. Not to forgive is to be at war with ourselves, for we are freed according to our capacity to forgive. You must take pleasure in revision, for you can forgive others effectively only when you have a sincere desire to identify them with their ideal. Duty has no momentum. Forgiveness is a matter of deliberately withdrawing attention from the unrevised day and giving it full strength and joyously to the revised day. If a man begins to revise even a little of the vexations and the troubles of the day, then he begins to work practically on himself. Every revision is a victory over himself and therefore a victory over his enemy. All right, so I'm talking about revision, the pruning shears of revision, chapter 4, from Awakened Imagination. I mean, this is really profound and incredible because when you understand the past, present, and future only exists now. This is like compare life to technology. You know how you can reverse a movie, or you can rewind a movie, or you can go back in the movie. You're watching a movie, you can go back, you can go forward. It is the same. We can create the same experience in our experience of reality. So the power of revision is to no longer look at what you see, but recreate whatever you experience. So if you experienced, like his example was, if you got a letter in the mail stating, it was bad news, you get this letter in the mail, what you could do is revise that letter. So as you fall asleep, you're imagining that that letter said something differently. No matter what it is, you go for a job interview and you were not hired, what you would do if you were using revision is as you fall asleep, or really through the day, or as you fall, and also as you fall asleep, state akin to sleep, you're going to imagine what you wanted to see in that letter, or imagine what you wanted to hear that you did get the job, okay? If you heard something that you didn't want to hear from your specific person, like they've moved on and they don't want to be with you, you can revise it. You go and revise it and you imagine as if the experience you wanted, you imagine as if you heard what you wanted to hear. That is the power of revision. And revision is you holding loyal to the vision of you having your desire. So reality is so malleable and flexible. If you had an experience today and you didn't like that experience, then you can revise it. And in revision, in my perception, is really just the same as affirming, right? You're affirming that you have your desire. It doesn't matter what happened yesterday, this morning, last week, last year, 10 years ago. None of that matters. You hold to the vision and you affirm the vision of you, the vision that you have your desire. You affirm in the present tense that you have your desire. Revision is fun. I encourage you to use revision every day, like Neville suggests. Every day as you fall asleep, revise the day and make the day go the way you wanted it to go in your mind. Some of us may tend to do is as we fall asleep, you're replaying all the things that went wrong in the day, or you're replaying that drama scenario over and over in your mind, or you're replaying all the events that you didn't want to happen in your life. Okay, so think of the power of revision, because if you keep reliving the past events that you don't want, you keep contemplating that and reliving it in your mind, then you just create that for your future experience. But you could change things so quickly using revision. So you would revise the day and imagine it went the way you wanted it to go. Do that every night as you fall asleep. This is a powerful technique. This is a powerful Neville Goddard technique that works. Hello, beautiful. Hi, Melody. Yes, you're welcome. Hi, Josie. I was not successful in my last job and been looking for a new job for months with no result. Even though I have master's and good education and background, it's not easy to find desired job. I know. Okay, but remember, use revision. Use revision. Use revision. So revision would be as you're today. You could revise right now. You could revise as you fall asleep. So keep revising it. It's easy to find a good job. Imagine what you want your life to be. Imagine you have the job that you love, that you're passionate about, that you're appreciative about. See yourself differently instead of seeing through the senses, right? Through the 3D senses, okay? Use spiritual sensation, which is your imagination, to create instead of your five senses. Think about it this way. Okay, you know what took place So that doesn't affect who you are today in this moment, okay? So you are successful, right? So affirm it, right? I am successful. I know that the job I want is already mine. I know that people want to work with me. I know that my dream job is here and now, and it's mine. Something about your relationship also. You can manifest successfully, but you have to be looking in that direction, right? You have to be affirming that direction. Olympia, what do you do when all circumstances seem against your manifestation? You are the creator. You are more powerful than the circumstance. For some reason, based on this, even the statement here, that you're making it sound like you think the circumstance is bigger than you are, but you're not. If you're the creator and the circumstance is your, that's your creation. You're the creator. The self is the creator. The 3D reality, your circumstance is the creation. You created it. Now you think your creation is bigger than you and not knowing what to do, right? So it appears to be very big. It's like the story of David and Goliath. Goliath was huge, and David was a teenage boy who defeated Goliath, who appeared to be big. This is who you are. You are like David, bigger than the circumstance. You are like David, bigger than Goliath. Goliath is a 3D reality in the circumstance. So first of all, you have to remember that. You tell yourself that. You remind yourself of that. I am bigger than the circumstance. I am more powerful than anything. I know this will pass. I know I can transcend. I do have a meditation in my playlist, self-concept playlist. My meditation called it's called Trust and Know Your Desire is Yours. And that meditation will give you some affirmations to look beyond the circumstance. You have the power to transcend the circumstance. So some of the affirmations in that video, I know how to transcend the circumstances. You don't really know right now, but you will know by claiming it. You claim it, and literally the answers will just come to you. But you have to keep claiming it until it's materializing and manifesting in your world. So you want to be thinking about, you're someone who knows how to transcend circumstances. You're someone who knows how to overcome the circumstance. You're someone who sees beyond the circumstance. You're someone who knows you're more powerful than the circumstance. It's all working in your favor, even when it seems like it's the opposite right in your face. My boyfriend would beg me with every argument, so I forgive him in return, and now he doesn't want me. What do you want? Because remember, you have to have dominant thoughts about what you want and affirm it as if you have it. So if you want to be wanted and desired, then you affirm that. I am wanted. I am desired. I am irresistible. If you're having a lot of arguments, remember, it's coming from you. Your reality in this argument's coming from you and your perception. So if instead of focusing on the argument, focus on the solution. And the solution would be, you intend to be someone who knows how to communicate effortlessly. And you're someone who knows how to see many perspectives. And you're someone who knows how to see the bigger picture. And you're someone who knows how to express yourself. Okay, so those are just ideas, but you want to focus on what you want. You want a relationship where it feels very safe, secure, harmonious, then that's what you would affirm, right? My relationship is harmonious. That's the opposite of arguing, right? Harmonious. Whatever your circumstance is, like the circumstance is argument, to get to the solution and to get to the life, living the life where you don't have the argument and you have a more peaceful relationship that feels easy and it just feels natural and it just feels like the back of your hand and it feels effortless, then that's what you need to affirm, what you do want. You need to affirm that. Want to be wanted instead of not wanted, then you affirm that. You affirm, I am wanted, I am desired. Hi, Melody, thank you. So I'm wanted, I am desired, I'm irresistible, I'm love, I radiate love. I'm someone who radiates love that everyone's attracted to. My SP, he is attracted to. Feel that version of you. Feel how you are pure love, like radiating out. That is a magnet for all the things in your world. Also for SP, does that work for SP? How about for SP? Are you talking about revision? Yes, revision works for everything and anything. Okay, the power of revision. And what I was reading earlier was from chapter 4 in Awakened Imagination. You're really changing oneself, right? You're changing yourself. Whatever happened with your specific person, if they're ignoring you or they're ghosting you, then revise it. When you go to sleep, you revise it. You're only fighting with yourself in your own mind. Revise it. Revise it. Use inner conversations with revision. Inner conversations is the conversation. You're already doing this, right? You are already having inner conversations with yourself. You might meet with someone, or let's say you just had an argument with your specific person. You walk away, you're having a conversation in your head. You're like, why did I say that? Why did he do that? I can't believe this. You're having these conversations. If someone has an argument with their specific person and they walk away, take a deep breath, and they create a new inner conversation instead of saying why, and this isn't working out, and that's it, it's over, and it's not going to work out. Okay, that's what you'll create. But if you create new inner conversations, like now you know you're the operant power, and now you know you're the creator of your reality. So now, if your dominant inner conversation is, this is all going to work out. I'm going to figure out what I need to work on within. Like, you could ask yourself questions. I'm going to figure out what I need to work out within, that why this is reflecting out. I intend to know how I can feel more powerful. I intend to be a better communicator. I intend that we come back stronger than ever, right? So the inner conversation you leave from that, based on the circumstance, whatever inner conversation you have at that time, right, in that moment, is what creates the future. The present moment is creating the future. So go in your imagination and revise it. Revise it. Imagine you heard, I love you. You're a goddess. You're the ultimate choice. You are just everything to me. So I understand it's not going to feel completely natural, but once you understand that your imagination creates, this is just natural. It's normal for me to, if I don't have to even revise so many things anymore, but in the beginning I was revising a lot. I'd revise the day, just like Neville suggested. Revise the day and make it go as if you wanted it to go. You revise it. So if someone says they hate you and then now you're revising it to say I love you, you have to remember that you're the God of your reality. You push that out. You have to remember that you're not going to take that personally. You're not going to take that emotionally. You're not going to take it personally. It's something within you that's reflected out. Whatever's within is so without. This is about the awareness of what's within. Okay, so don't take anything personally. All of this creation many of these creations we don't want are unintentional, unconscious. So that's why you don't take it personal. Someone tells you they hate you, don't take it personally. Because you understand you can recreate that. You could see a new vision of that. You could revise that. Please share a routine to help us stay in our affirmation and desired reality in our minds. In my VIP group, I suggest routines that will help you, okay? So join my VIP group. It's $35 a month. You can join free for 1 week. Be part of a community where I am there. You have communication with me and others who know they are the operant power. Staying in your mental diet, staying in your routines for the day. Okay, so let me give you a routine, and I do switch my routine up because I just like to. I like to whatever I'm feeling, But I'm always waking up in gratitude, and I'm always waking up with an intention. What is my intention for the day? And I state that intention. Okay, I may have lists of certain things, whether it's clients or things going on with my kids and things going on with my family. I am setting those intentions for the day, no matter what it is. I set my intention. I'm also stating today is a great day. Like, this is the best day. I'm living my best life. I affirm that. So my intentions and affirmation, really the first thing I do when I get up, I make those intentions and affirmations. And then I saturate myself in gratitude, the gratitude for what I have. I'm just thinking, I'm not saying it out loud. I'm just in my mind thinking, I'm grateful for this beautiful bed. I'm grateful for the beautiful relationship. I'm grateful for my beautiful children. I'm grateful for all the things in my life. And I get more specific, right? Those are some ideas of what you can do as a routine. You just keep your vision on the type of life that you do want, and stop going to the past and stop replaying the dramas of your life. You could just decide, like, whatever happened in the past is in the past. You're starting a new life today, right now. You could find value from whatever happened. You could decide that that was valuable because you realize you don't want to live and feel small anymore. Whatever happened, can you see the value from it? Take the value from things. I also have a lot of little sticky notes on my dresser, my mirror. I always make a sticky note, like Post-it note, right? And I just, if I have an inspired thought, I write it down and I stick it there for like a week or a month. And that's something that I just keep on my mind. And I love to see it and read it and remind myself. Sometimes it says, I'm the operant power. Sometimes it says, look at the best in everyone. You know, whatever it is. I mean, I've got a lot of them. I'm going to do all you told me right now. Right now. And right now you're changing it. You made that decision, Melody, right now. And now, right now, you are changing it. Okay. Like, you have to see yourself as success. Like with your job, with your relationship, just decide you are success. And remember, it is a practice. This is a mental discipline, just like anything you bring into your life is a practice. If someone's an actor, they practice. This is literally like acting. Like Shakespeare, Neville Goddard quotes Shakespeare, and many of the greats have stated, like, life is a play, right? Life is a play. This is the play of life. It's a play of life. So when you start to create this new identity, it might feel awkward at first. It doesn't totally feel natural. But the more you practice it, just like an actor would practice that part, they get better at it. And now it just feels like that you just shifted into that new identity, where it's like, you know, when you know the self, right? When you as yourself know, then the world is also reflecting the fact that you know it. When you know, it's like, you know, I'm going to get a job. I know it's going to happen. I know I have all this great, like, this is what you say to yourself, right? Manifestation is like, you understand that the present moment only exists. So it worked out. It worked out. Wherever you keep your focus and attention is what you create as a experience in your life. So when you're saying it worked out, how do you know where it's going to work out? You don't need to know the how. Thank you, Melody. Yeah, you don't need to know the how. So it will just happen, because that's where if you keep your focus on the vision of you with your desire, you'll just naturally create that reality. It will naturally unfold. It might just be someone messaging you saying, hey, there's a really great opportunity for a job. My friend's the CEO. I think you should go apply there. I already gave a good word for you. Like, these kind of things could happen, which you don't need to know that. You don't need to know the how. Just trust. Have faith. So trust and faith is being loyal to your vision. So think about that. Loyalty to your vision is you just consistently affirm it. The more you affirm something, it's sounding familiar. It's sounding like a belief is just something that you thought over and over and over, and it became a belief. So if you want to change your belief, you just keep affirming something over and over and over. Like, if you didn't think you were attractive, if you just keep affirming, I am attractive, and you keep looking in the mirror and deciding you are attractive, you will feel attractive. And now it'll be natural to think you won't even need to affirm it, because at some point you will just believe it, and you'll be like, you know what, I am attractive. No matter what it is, whether it's success, whether it's feeling wanted, attractive, feeling wealthy, you affirm it to create that familiarity with that belief, with the new belief. You're just practicing something that you didn't practice before, and you just consistently practice it. If I affirm I am rich, it'll just fall into place, even if I don't know how. Exactly. I am rich. I am wealthy. I am prosperous. Okay. So your affirmations create your reality. Also, something that helps, that I see this aspect of it helps, be aware of when you're saying, oh, I don't have enough money. Okay, because you're affirming I'm rich, but are you affirming the opposite at other times of the day? So if you're affirming I am rich, and then you go out with friends later, the next night, and then you're saying, well, I don't really want to go to that restaurant because it's so expensive and I don't have the money. What are you? Are you rich or you don't have the money? Okay, I'm not saying go to the restaurant and spend the money, which you can, or it doesn't matter what you do. What matters is that you recognize when you're saying you don't have the money. Recognize that, because that's an affirmation as well. So instead of saying I don't have the money, imagine that your bill is paid, right? You imagine somehow you're going to make the money. Okay, Chris, I was in the state an hour ago, and now I'm catching myself missing SP physically. That's all right. Just get back in the state. Okay, so you don't need to be missing your specific person because you're not looking for them to fulfill your happiness. You fulfill your happiness first. And when you fill your own cup and you fill your own happiness and you feel fulfilled, you'll create the world reflecting that you feel fulfilled. If you feel emptiness and loneliness, then the world is reflecting you're missing someone. Okay? Don't take anything personally. Work on your own happiness. Work on the unconditional happiness that you could choose happiness. It's a choice. Or choose feeling content. You can choose feeling satisfied. You could choose gratitude. So that's actually gratitude and appreciation is a really powerful state. That aligns you with the end. So you were in the state an hour ago. This is when we may not have movement because we're in the state, then we're out of the state, then we're in the state, and then we're out of the state. So you're not really going backwards. You just want to keep solidifying. You're in the state. It's your dominant state. Your dominant state is you're strong, you're stable, you're amazing, you're incredible, you choose happiness. Can you feel contentment in the space you hold right here, right now? Practice that. Hi, Celine. While revising, do I not contact him until he contacts me? He ended it. Your revision is he is already contacting you. Now, why don't you use your imagination to imagine you do contact him? Imagine what your inner conversation, right? Inner conversation. What are you saying to each other? What is he saying to you? I do also have in my playlist, I have inner conversation meditation, practicing that inner conversation with your specific person. What do you want to hear? Giving you ideas of what you want to hear. Okay, so stop saying, okay, fine, he ended it. Okay, whatever. That was the old reality, old version of you. This happened for a reason. Okay, not really a real reason, but it happened because it came from you. And it happened because you were not happy about something. And that's why it reflected in your world, or you felt insecure. Something within you reflected out to create this. If you could create what you don't want, you can create what you do want. So now, look at the value of all this happening and unfolding, because you're realizing, do you understand like how you're completely realizing that you're the operant power and that you have the power to change anything in your world? You have the power to align with love. You have the power to have a whole new experience. So keep your idea and your vision focused on you already having that experience. Honestly, it doesn't matter if you contact him or not, because people ask, should I not? It doesn't matter. Remember, that circumstance doesn't matter, but you need to know it. Circumstance doesn't matter. You could contact him and imagine that he is just thrilled to hear from you. If you contact him and then you're feeling regret and wondering, I shouldn't have done that. Should I have done that? I don't know. Well, if you're going back and forth, he's only going to reflect how you feel, that you're back and forth and not sure. Solidify who you are. You're sure. You're sure about who you are. You're sure of your value. You're sure that you're a prize. You're sure that you're just beautiful. You're sure that you radiate love. Be a confident version of you who's sure about being chosen. Hey, beautiful. Advice on how to think when SP is back, but not fully new version in the 3D. Yes, my advice is you have to keep seeing the beautiful version of your specific person. You need to keep affirming what you do want, and don't accept low behavior. Don't accept something that you don't want. Don't be afraid to let go of something that doesn't serve you. If your specific person or anything in your world is not serving you, let it go. Because as you rise in valuing yourself and you rise in your, what you expect with your boundaries and your expectations of how you want your life to go, as you rise with that and you put yourself on a pedestal, the world's going to reflect that anyway. Jolie, hi Shan, I need to pass an exam next month. Any tips? You passed the exam. It's already done. You passed the exam. Create an imaginal scene as if this has already happened. Whether you could create an imaginal scene, if you're someone who says, well, I don't really visualize good, that's fine. You don't have to. You could affirm it. You could say, I passed the exam. I'm so grateful I passed that exam. Okay, so if you also want to build on your self-concept, if you have other exams to pass or anything, no matter what it is, just decide that you're someone who's good at passing exams and you're someone who's always moving and you're someone who is success. So create that and know that I am success. I create success. I know how to test take. I know how to pass the exam. I know how to study where I just remember everything. To deliberately create, this is reality creation. I'm teaching reality creation, and you're not, what I was just reading Neville Goddard where he's like, and I didn't get to that part yet, but there's another part in revision where he's talking about the realist, someone who's a realist. If you're being a realist, you're not living in that state. Okay, well, I don't know which page it is anymore, but live in the end of what the life you want. Okay, so work on your self-concept. Work on your vision that you see of yourself. If you think you're the greatest person in the world, your world's going to reflect that. Especially remember, we could think we're the greatest person, like for our parents, but maybe we don't feel that way when it comes to a relationship. So then you have to work on that. You work on seeing yourself as the greatest person in a relationship, the greatest spouse, the greatest girlfriend, like that you're chosen, that you're loved. Okay, so see yourself in relation to that person. You see it for yourself and also in relation to that person. Okay, you're going to affirm that. You're going to affirm it till you're believing it, and your world's going to reflect it. King Kimmy said, should you manifest SP or just work on yourself and they come? You could just work on yourself and they come. You can just work on yourself. I want you to be thinking, to manifest the specific person, you're working on yourself. The only one you need to change is you. You go within and you change yourself. You change your identity. Instead of feeling like the person who was rejected. And sometimes if you're focused, not in every case, but if you're focused on that person, that person is also a projection of your imagination. Yourself, if you change yourself, everything around you is also changing. When you change your state of being, everything around you is shifting and changing to reflect your new state of being. If you create a new state of being that you're a total goddess and that you know you're beautiful and you know you leveled up and you know you have these high expectations and boundaries, you set boundaries, and you stick to your boundaries, then the world is going to respond and mirror that, which includes your specific person. So have your perception and your vision mostly on you. When you're going to think of your specific person, right? When you think of them, live in the end of being together. Imagine what you want to hear from them. In my VIP group, I have different categories and topics. And one category and topic there, this is not my self-concept course, but it is called 30 Days to Recreating Your Ideal Self. And I help you see how you could use the vision of how you see, you're creating your identity. I have videos about how you see yourself in relation to a relationship. Okay, so paint the picture, like what kind of things do you want in a relationship, and what would the relationship look like if you had it now, the ideal relationship. Get clear on that. And I help you see the vision of the specific person, that ideal version of your specific person, okay? In that 30 days to recreate your ideal self, I also speak about you in relation to money, in relation to family, in relation to career. It's powerful. So, you could join my VIP group for a week if you want to go through and go through my 30 days to creating your ideal self. Just start watching the videos and start seeing the bigger picture. Okay? You're just choosing your reality. You choose who you are. You choose who you are. Okay? This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. We're already doing this unconsciously. We're choosing who we are. We might be choosing that we're insecure. It wasn't really a choice. Sometimes we just became insecure based on the experiences we lived in life, based on maybe family or teachers or friends or whatever, right? Like influences in your life have formed who you are. Okay. You could break free of the mold of things that you don't like. Break free of the mold of insecurity. Back to the exam for Jolie. Remember, you'll create a new belief as you continue to affirm it. So you were saying something being, kind of, maybe you're obsessed about the test. Is that what you mean? Start being obsessed about how good you are. Just start being obsessed. Like, I'm so good. Even if you didn't feel like you were so good at test taking or memorizing or studying, just start saying, what if? Start getting obsessed about that. Like, what if I'm so good at test taking? What if I just know the answer and I didn't even study? What if? Like, just start doing that now. Okay? Because you will just know answers when you put your focus there. What if I am success? What if I get a better grade than I ever expected? What if, like, my friends want to study with me and then it just feels very natural and what if I just remember everything? What if I could create that I have a photographic memory? Okay, I started creating that. So start affirming, I have a photographic memory. You'll remember things, because I started as I got older, I started saying, oh, I'm forgetting all the time. They were for years, I would be like, I can't remember. And I was forgetting. I just couldn't remember things. And then I realized, I don't know, whatever things were happening in my world, it just started creating that belief. And it was like a cycle in my life for several years where it was like, I just can't remember. So I wanted to work on that. I just started affirming. I have a photographic memory. I remember things. Okay, I would just repeat that to myself. And now it's like I have this vision where it's literally like a photographic memory. If I'm thinking, where are my keys? It's like this picture pops up and I could picture exactly where they're at. You have to play around with it, okay? You have to get more in touch with your imagination. When I say play around with it, it's like you're testing it. Just play around with it, test it. Practice different affirmations that feel good to you. Practice this feeling with your imagination like it's your best friend. Like your imagination and subconscious mind are your best friend. Play around with that idea. How do you change what someone thinks of you? What steps do you take on a daily? What do you think of you? That's what you do. Okay, so what does this person think of you? You decide what they think of you, and you consistently think about that. If you want someone to think that you are irresistible and you are beautiful and you're really smart and you're really a great person, then you need to decide that. You decide that. You would say that. Use I am statements. I am smart. I am beautiful. I am thought of. I am admired. I am treasured. Okay, what is it, right? What you want them to think of you, you affirm that. Michelle, that's how I got my current job. I've never been happier at work. Friends begged me to apply. Okay, when I gave that example, great. That's amazing. Okay, Sarah said, for the people that have loads of questions, join her Facebook group. There's a chat and everyone helps. It's a good community. Thank you. Thanks, Sarah. Yes, join my free Facebook community. Okay, I allowed the chat to be active. So like if it's the middle of the night and you want to post something in the chat and there's definitely someone that's going to be awake at the same time or whatever. When you need, sometimes we feel like we need someone. And who are you going to talk to? Because maybe your friends are not awake yet to knowing they're the creator. So join a community of like-minded people that know that where you know you're the creator and you have that support. Because the world will reflect some of your own doubts and worries and beliefs. Like, is this true? And I don't know. And then they're reflecting your doubt. Okay. So that's the power of a community, being part of a community. Be part of my VIP group where you level up and you know, and you stay, like, it's about creating this foundation, right? I'm helping you create the foundation. It's already within you, but create a foundation that you feel secure and that you feel like you know you are the operant power, and you're able to implement that. Implement, not only just understand it, but implementing it, changing your life. If you need additional help, join my free Facebook group. I have my VIP group if you want to be part of the Mastermind group. If you want to do the work on yourself, I have my self-concept course. It is a blueprint to manifest your desire. You just can complete that work in one day and you implement it every single day. You solidify the version of you who's knowing and secure and strong, and the version of you with your desire. I also do one-on-one coaching with clients. If you want to work with me one-on-one, I would love to see you in person. Have an amazing day. You can find the link to everything in my description. Ways to work with me. I love you all. I want you to walk away from this in gratitude. I want you to feel what you're grateful for. And that includes gratitude for what you desire and don't actually have manifested, okay? The gratitude that this desire's already yours. I love you all. Have an amazing day. Bye.